Do you want to start it?
All right. I was a student nurse at San Juan de Dios Hospital then. I was on my third year of nursing.
Father Pastor's younger brother was a bosom friend of mine. We were like brothers. And at one time he asked me, I was boarding with him in Manila, and he asked me to visit his brother, Father Pastor, at the hospital. So I went with him, and the three of us were there. We got introduced to her sort of casually.
That same week, I got a call from Father Pastor Ibanez asking me, can Mr. Fruto and my brother write you or can they phone you? I said, we have no phone accessible to the students in the dorm.
Well, they didn't know that I knew how to work the system. So when I called her, I said, this is Father Pastor Ibanez. Can I talk to Miss Belinda Reyes? Of course, they put her on the phone. And I said, this is Rene. What was your reaction?
Then I don't know anymore how to react because, the head nurse was right there looking at me because we are not supposed to get personal calls in the ward. But after that, I told him, don't do that. I'm being observed in the ward when you say you're Father Pastor Ibanez and you are not. In early 1961, the proposal was kind of weird, if they would call that a proposal. He didn't ask me to marry him. He was just saying, you need to start softening up your mom now, You need to start telling her the things like what? That Rene wants to get married. So what does Rene have to do with me? Rene getting married. He was planning, but he was not asking me.
It's just something like that, yeah. In a roundabout way. And then in 1961, I was going to be reassigned by the bank back to the provinces. So I told her, stick together, we may as well get married. We were married by my brother, Father Ramon Fruto, a Redemptorist priest, and he is the same priest who will marry us again 50 years later.
Yes.
On April 30.
We feel blessed.
I think our move to California from the Philippines was a very big decision to make. But we were looking for the future of our kids, and we thought they would have a better chance of a better life if we move over to the States than stay in the Philippines. So it was like a convergence of all the favorable factors that came together at the right time, at the right place, which I can only attribute to an act of divine providence.
That's right. That's why this is a Thanksgiving celebration.
Richard is our first child. He is an attorney. He was very studious. He liked to read anything that he could lay his eyes on.
I didn't realize how bookish he was, because I was not working then. Every day at recess time, I would try to be with him. So I kept asking his classmates, did you see Richard? They said, no. One time, so when he came, I said, running, when the bell rang, where were you? In the library, he said. I'm thinking, in the library? My child is still in kindergarten. What is he doing in the library when all his classmates were running around playing, So that's how we found out he was so bookish.
And there was a time that he had a book assignment, and Lynn took her to the bookshop. And so he found the book, he started reading it, and then when they were about ready to go, she asked him, shall we buy this book? And he said, never mind, Mommy, I already finished reading it.
That's funny.
The next one is Rod. He is now a computer major. That was his major. He has an MBA also, and he is into investments and securities. he liked numbers. He has a good singing voice. He was in the Glee Club of
Yes, Ateneo.
Yes. And the third is Randy. He was an easy-go-lucky kid, although he sometimes would get into some, scrappy situations with boys. Turned out to be a good one. On the right side of the law, he is a deputy sheriff of Los Angeles County now. And then the fourth is Ron, who is now an electrical engineer, and he works with Southern California Edison.
Ron is always jolly, you know.
Full
He
of
would
pranks,
joke,
by the way.
yeah.
Bernadette, yes. She holds an MBA and has been a business executive in the financial area. She looks very much like her. That's what our acquaintances would say.
Yeah, many people say she looks more like me than the other girl or even the boys. I think part of her characteristics are me, actually.
Carbon copy. And the sixth is Beverly. She's a school teacher in San Diego.
Beverly became mature, I think, faster than her actual age. My thinking is because she has siblings much older than she, and so she learned already, you know, she grew up, she matured faster than the other ones, I think, when they were growing up.
I just learned a story from my brother, Father Ramon, that the groom or the husband should spell the word marriage without the letter I, because it is the I that makes it, complicated when somebody keeps on saying I. So I spell marriage without the letter I. And she, I guess, learned also not to tell me that there is a letter I in marriage.
I think it's also partly because, especially for my husband, he prays a lot, I think. And another part, I believe, is there is enough love between us even when we are quarreling. So the other one, that doesn't play hard to get anymore. Right?
It's a more give and take, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
It was the kids' idea also that we do this, and we thought, yeah, why not? It's really more of a Thanksgiving celebration than anything else.
It is thanksgiving to our Lord Almighty for giving us this health that we are still able to go around. At the same time, a way of thanking our friends and acquaintances who have supported us throughout these 50 years of being together. So we will see in this reception guests who had known us from the time more than 50 years ago and all through the various years. They will be represented there.